Have you ever walked out of a conversation with your manager thinking, I explained everything I'm doing, so why didn't that land? Here's something most people don't realize: leadership isn't just listening for effort, they're listening for specific signals. And if your work isn't translated into that language, your impact can easily get overlooked. Today, we're talking about how to describe your work in a way leadership actually understands. Let's dive in. Welcome to Career Growth for Working Women. This show is for women who are done waiting to be noticed and ready to be compensated for the value they already bring. I'm Shannon, a promotion and compensation coach, and I help women position themselves for real advancement, not by working harder, but by showing their value more strategically using what I call the 5% method. If you're ready for clarity, confidence, and career growth that actually pays off, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to the show. I want to tell you about a moment that happens in almost every promotion conversation. A woman will sit down with her manager and explain everything she's been doing. She'll say things like, I've taken on more responsibility this year. I've been supporting a lot of different teams. I've been helping keep projects on track. And everything she's saying is true. But the conversation doesn't land the way she hoped. Her manager nods. They say she's doing great. But the promotion conversation kind of stalls. And afterwards, she walks away thinking, I don't understand. I just explained everything I'm doing. Now, here's the surprising part. The issue often isn't performance. And it isn't even visibility. It's translation. Because leadership doesn't just listen for effort. They listen for signals. Signals like ownership, results, strategic thinking, organizational impact. And many high-performing women unintentionally describe their work in ways that sound supportive rather than strategic. Let me give you a simple example. A woman might say, I helped with that initiative, but leadership hears support role. Meanwhile, someone else may say, I led the cross-team coordination that helped initiative launch 2 weeks early. Leadership hears ownership, leadership, impact. Same project, very different message. This is something I realized in my own career too. There was a period where I was doing incredible work behind the scenes, solving problems, improving systems, helping teams move faster. But when people talked about the project outcomes, my name wasn't always part of that conversation. Not because anyone was trying to overlook me, but because I wasn't clearly connecting my work to the result. Once I started doing that differently, something interesting happened. My work didn't change, but the way people perceived my role did. Inside the 5% promotion method, this is what we focus on the third phase, called leadership leverage. It's where women learn how to speak about their work in the language leadership understands and rewards. Because leadership doesn't promote people based on how busy they are. They promote people based on the outcomes they create. And the ability to clearly articulate those outcomes is a leadership skill, not a personality trait, not a talent you're born with. A skill, which means it can be learned. Now, here's something important I want to say before we wrap up. Learning to talk about your impact is not bragging. It's clarity. And clarity actually helps leadership make better decisions. Because when leaders understand exactly how someone contributes to results, it becomes much easier to imagine them operating at the next level. If you've ever walked out of a promotion conversation feeling like your work wasn't fully understood, there's a good chance the issue wasn't your performance. It may have simply been the way the story was told. And that's something you can change. So let's end with something small you can try this week. Your small promotion move for this week is this. Take one project you've worked on recently and practice describing it in this format. Start with the problem. Then explain the action you led or drove. Then finish with the result that happened because of it. So it's problem, action, result. This simple structure automatically shifts how your work sounds. Instead of describing activity, you're describing impact. And impact is the language of leadership. Okay, friend, I'll see you next time. If today's episode sparked something for you, a question, an idea, or a realization, don't ignore it. I offer promotion strategy calls where we walk through your current role, your goals, and how to position you for your next promotion or raise without burning out or overworking. You can book that call using the link in the description. And if this episode helped you, sharing it or leaving a quick review makes a bigger difference than you know. Until next time, keep showing your value clearly. You've earned it.